What do you do if your battle machine stops shooting? First and foremost, remain calm. Valken has a 1-year bulletproof warranty, and if anything is really wrong with the rifle, you can send it back to us and we'll fix it. Check the description below for details on how to set up a warranty return authorization. This guide is intended to help you troubleshoot your Valken AEG and hopefully get it back up and running again with a few quick fixes. This one in front of me is the battle machine TRGL in Black and Desert. What this video covers are some simple fixes that you can do yourself at home before you contact Valken for your warranty. Please try these methods and follow along as closely as you can. Just remember to be safe, wear eye protection, never have a magazine in the gun when you're working on it, make sure the battery's disconnected and the barrel is clear. Use your unjamming rod to make sure there are no BBs in the barrel. So the first thing we want to clarify is if there is a jam in the barrel. You can usually tell because when you try to fire, it makes a different noise, a muffled thud. If you suspect that you have a barrel jam, stop shooting. Continuing to try to fire while you have a jammed barrel can seriously destroy your gearbox. Don't do it. Take your magazine out, unplug the battery, and use your unjamming rod to gently fix the problem. You may have to remove the upper receiver from the lower receiver in order to have better access to the barrel. While you have access to the barrel and hop up, make sure the barrel is clean. Dirty barrels are the #1 cause of jams. Bad BBs is the second most popular cause. Always use precision-made, high-polished BBs in your airsoft products. It's just not worth it. Once you have cleared the jam and you know that your barrel is clean, check the hop-up rubber. Make sure there are no tears or deformations that could be causing the jam. Make sure that the hop-up isn't adjusted too tight so that it's not allowing BBs to go through. Also make sure that the hop-up rubber looks intact. This is an easy part to replace if you need to. So what if your barrel is absolutely clean and the gearbox is making noise like it's wanting to fire, but no BBs are coming out? Well, the issue could be with your hop-up, which I just showed you how to check, or it could be with your magazine. Make sure the magazine fits in the magazine well. Battle Machine is designed to accept the widest variety of magazines available. Make sure it is fully seated and locked in place, not falling out. Also, make sure you wound up your magazine. If you have a high cap, it's a common mistake. Make sure that after you pour the BBs in, you fully wind that wheel on the bottom. Make sure they're feeding properly. So those steps should have cleared up most misfeeding issues coming from this area of the gun. Now let's talk about what happens if your gun isn't even cycling or making no noise whatsoever. Those problems can seem a little bit more serious, but a lot of the times there's really easy fixes. The first thing to check when your gun stops cycling properly is the battery. Is it fully charged? Do you know that the battery works? Try a different battery or that same battery in a different gun to verify that the battery is not the issue. After you've made sure that the battery isn't the issue, check the wires connecting to the battery and the fuse assembly. You can check to make sure the wires are seated within the Tamiya connectors by gently tugging on the wires while holding the connector in place. This is just to make sure that the wires aren't slipping out of contact. You want to make sure they're nice and secure inside the connectors so that you're getting a nice flow of electricity between the battery and the motor. Sometimes the motor isn't adjusted properly in the pistol grip. This is very easy for you to work on. You just need a 4mm hex key or Allen key to work the adjustment screw on the bottom of the pistol grip. Tightening the screw, turning clockwise, will push the motor more into engagement with the gears in the gearbox, whereas loosening it counterclockwise will let the motor drop free and away of the gearbox. Sometimes this adjustment can be too loose or too tight. If it's too loose, it'll sound like the gears are skipping over each other, a very loud whining noise. If it's too tight, you will be able to hear your motor straining and the motor might not turn the gears at all. So it's worth adjusting the motor height just to be sure that isn't a simple fix. More often than not, that alone gets the battle machine working again. There's still 2 more wires to check, and those are in the pistol grip, the ones connecting to the motor itself. It's really very easy to access the motor and these wires. On the bottom here, there's just 2 Phillips head screws. Undo those. There's a little bit of spring pressure that should push the base plate away. Remove the base plate and you're looking at the bottom of the motor with the red and the black wire connected to it. Now these wires are not soldered on. They are press fit over these very thin terminals. Sometimes due to vibration of the motor, these wires can come loose. If there's not a solid connection between the wires and the motor, it can seem like your battery might be dead, so make sure that these wires are secure in place. If they are very loose and just falling off the connector, what you can do is very carefully use a pair of pliers and gently close that connector on the end of the wire. This will give it more friction between the spade terminal and will allow it to hang on more firmly. While you're in this stage, it's a good idea to double check that the motor is working right. So with the base plate off and the battery plugged in, gun point in the safe direction, eye pro on, no magazine, try pulling the trigger. The motor should spin freely out of the gearbox. Up to this point, if you have followed all of these steps and your battle machine still isn't functioning properly, it's probably in your best interest to contact Valken and use your 1-year bulletproof warranty. Once again, make sure you have your receipt readily available. To start the warranty process, just go to valken.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, click on the Return, Repair, Replace link, and follow the instructions there. Don't hesitate to call us or email us if you have questions or concerns. We're happy to help. To see the rest of our airsoft products, you can visit your local Valken retailer or visit us online at valken.com.